never thank her. And that's myself, because I'm out here grinding. I feel like Issa Rae says entrepreneurship means doing that shit yourself. And I'm up all night. I'm building websites. I don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing out flyers. I'm picking up, ordering merch. Like, it's a lot.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Grind Time Podcast, where together we are turning our to-do list into our did list. During this podcast, I will talk you through everything that I did today as a startup entrepreneur. This ritual really helps me to find gratitude at the end of the night in the things that I got accomplished versus worrying about the things that I did not get done off of the to-do list. So I hope this also helps you find gratitude at the end of the night. And I hope that at the end of every episode that you feel encouraged to continue on your grind. So please subscribe, learn, and like. This is going to be a short episode. I didn't get much done today. The days that I don't get a lot done, I'm like, do I record it? Do I write it down? Why are we here? Almost make you feel like you're a fraud. I watched the Donnie Wiggins, and she's like, entrepreneurs be talking about, I got stuff done today and I organized my computer files. And I was like, dang, I did have an episode where I talked about organizing my computer files. So, imposter syndrome, it all comes into effect on the days where you didn't get that much done. But the truth is, life happens. The truth is, it's wintertime. Like, I'm be honest, I think that we should all be hibernating like bears. So we're moving slower. It gets dark earlier. Coming out of the house, there's just a lot of transitioning that's happening at the beginning of the year for me, and so I didn't get nothing done, or I don't feel like I got enough done. But I didn't want it to stop me from my grind, and this podcast being a part of that grind. So nonetheless, it's a quick episode for you. So today I edited, uploaded, and scheduled 3 episodes of the podcast. And so the last 3 that you watched, that's what I did. So I guess that was something for sure. I did a Bible study with a group of friends on clarity. That was really good. I've mentioned clarity before. It's almost starting to be a theme of this year so far. Then I added 5 more items to my eBay store. I have a running joke right now. It's like I'm a model for eBay. I had a running joke during the summer when I was doing the flea markets that me and my sister were the new Sanford and Son. You can call us Sanford and Sister. It's just the process of like selling secondhand items. But the truth is, these are all things that people are buying. I'm really creating an opportunity for people to buy nice things at a really discounted price. So I should feel some pride in that. And I used to drop all this stuff off at the Goodwill, which made it easier for me. But the Goodwill, the prices are high. And so people are not getting them as discounted as they are on eBay, that's for sure. And why not take out the middleman of eBay of the Goodwill? So I added 5 more items to my eBay store. It's called Second Chance Clothing if you're interested. And I did sell the item already. I watched some podcasts. So today was just like one of those days where I was like, I'm not in the I'm not in the creative space. A lot of this work requires your mind to be creative and thinking of new ways to do this and ways to execute, and where else can I take the business? Who else should I be talking to? What new graphics do I need to try and figure out? And when it's too much and I'm not in that space, I just have to fall back, and it became a what can I learn today and what can I do? And the eBay clothing was low hanging fruit. Like, it doesn't take much. That's why my makeup is on. It doesn't take much to throw on the clothes, take a picture, and upload them. It's not like I don't have to be too creative about that. And that was also the case for me I watched 3 podcasts today. And they were how to start, grow, and monetize your podcast, the real way to grow a podcast in 2024, and start your podcast in 5 steps. So there's a theme here. What can I do with this podcast that I'm starting, and the one that I will be doing with Dope Conversations? And so I learned a lot. I took a lot of notes. The point here, though, is that if you're doing something for the first time, please don't assume that you know everything. I believe that that's been one of my biggest mistakes in jumping into this entrepreneurship lane over 3 years ago. Really, we can take it back. Like, I am only counting my cannabis business, my gift shop called theweedlady.com. But the truth is, when I first came home, which was February 2019, and I'm recording this here in 2024, I think we're at. But when I first came home from prison, I started a mobile car wash business, and I purchased a van. I bought all the equipment, the generator, the power washer. I went to a professional detailing supply company and bought all the real stuff. And I did that up until the pandemic shut us down. So my 5 to 130 pound self was outside driving this big old white van washing cars. I didn't ask anybody how to start a mobile car business back then. I just did it. How much further could I have gone with that if I had tapped in with some professionals? If I had tapped in, I probably could go on YouTube right now and say how to start a mobile car washing business and get so many tips and tricks that I did not have when I was actually operating that business. And so I say all of this to say to you, if you are starting something new, big, small, no matter what it is, tap in with your resources. If you know people in the industry, call them up, ask them some questions. Be specific as possible. Nobody has time for you to just say, "Can I pick your brain?" No, but you can say, "Can you tell me how to, turn this business into a profit, or how you got your first corporate clients, or whatever the case is?" Tap in with those folks. If you don't have those folks, go on YouTube. They're there. They're there just like I'm there. They're there just like we're there to answer some questions. So that's what I did. Start your podcast in 5 steps. So I'm learning. I hope you're learning. Then I did the February newsletter. I'm starting to feel like I don't know why I told you I didn't do nothing today. The February newsletters are scheduled and ready to go out. I am keeping up this year. I am doing 4 a month. They are themed separately, so it's really giving me clarity. I'm not confused about what needs to be included in this newsletter every month, looking for new content. It's very simple. I'll have a newsletter that goes out about product, about prison reform, about cannabis events, and about entrepreneurship monthly. That's what you can expect from me. If you would like to subscribe to that newsletter, it's pretty dope. You can go to calltheweedlady.com, and I believe it says stay in contact or connect with us. I'll have the link somewhere for you. But I did all of February's newsletters, and then I made some more edits. Excuse me. I made some more edits to the Grind Time Journal to come, and I sent inquiries to 5 Alibaba suppliers. I mentioned in yesterday's episode that I originally reached out to a local supplier for on-demand printing, and their printing is just like super expensive, $25 for a journal. Alibaba is, I'm like, I don't want to tell you guys the prices, but the truth is, Alibaba, if you come with a minimum order of 100 to 200 journals, the pricing is like $1 to $2, as opposed to spending $25 just to have it printed on demand in this country. I mean, we could talk forever on why this country is, it loses out on business like that. Why does this journal cost me $25 a journal to print here and only $1.50 over there? Yeah, I won't unpack that because there's lots of reasons. So I won't unpack that. We all know the reasons. But to be more profitable, I sent out some quotes to Alibaba suppliers. This will be my first time using international suppliers. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. That's all I could say. But I'm taking you on the journey so that whatever mistakes or whatever lessons that I learn, you will have already learned them through me. Oh, before I put the journal away, I'm going to remind you of how I use the journal, how I am editing the grind time journal to be used specifically for this ritual of finding gratitude in the things that we got accomplished at the end of the night. So at the end of the night, like myself right now, after everything is done, and I even started this podcast off with, I didn't feel like I got enough accomplished. But once I reread it, the practice definitely just makes me feel better because I am verbally acknowledging that the day was not wasted. And so here's what I did. I edited and uploaded and scheduled 3 episodes of this podcast to go out. I did an hour and a half Bible study. I added 5 more items to the eBay store. I watched 3 podcasts about how to grow a pod. I watched 3 podcasts on how to grow podcasts. I did the February newsletters. I edited the Grind Time Journal, and I sent out inquiries to Alibaba suppliers. I can't wait to keep you guys posted on that. So that was the life of a grinding entrepreneur today. I hope that you got some things done. I hope that you find some gratitude in the things that you got accomplished. I hope that you also are finding gratitude in showing up and being present and being alive. And I'll insert this note because I never know how personal I want to get, but here we are on this grind. I'm assuming that I know for me personally, and the assumption is that people who are jumping off into this grind of really creating something new and different is because they're uncomfortable in the situation that they are in. And that is absolutely the case for me. But it requires a lot of focus and determination. And so I have a couple of people in my life that are like, aren't you happy? Why aren't you happy? You have so much to be happy about. And I want to remind you that there's a difference between being happy and grateful. I am grateful for everything that I have, every blessing that has been bestowed upon me, for every light that I can turn on, for every moment with my daughter, because I know what it's like to have those things removed and ripped away from me. I am grateful, but I do not have to be happy. And I definitely don't have to be happy all the time. And actually, happy is not on my to-do list right now. On my to-do list is grind, like grind, 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 so that you can afford some happiness at the end. And so I've said all of that to say, if you have found yourself to not just be the happiest person right now, please find some gratitude and some solitude in knowing that you are not alone, and that this grind, this doing something different, this shaking up the norm, it is going to require you to be focused and determined. And so if happy is not on your to-do list, it's not on mine either, and we're here together. So with that being said, please subscribe, learn, and like, and go usher yourself into a break time like I will do right now, and visit callthewelady.com. You all have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow.